What did I miss?
Him. He just started making goofy faces.
I almost choked. I was literally ready to cough when you started the music.
Welcome back, everybody. Brother Jonathan's body's about to be put to rest from whatever he was drinking earlier.
Arrest.
Something like that. But I'm your host, Brother Sean Brumfield.
Have we had a clean intro and
Yeah, we did last week.
we did?
Yeah, last week was good.
All right, cool then. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue with your intro.
Yeah, please quit interrupting me. I appreciate that. Just kidding.
Smile for the camera.
Next is...
I just realized that I looked towards the camera.
You didn't just look. You're like staring at it.
He totally locked eyes with all of our listeners.
Hello.
Well, actually, this would be viewers. Sorry. That's completely different.
That would be. Yeah.
I just love that the music's still playing.
So, but anyways, this is Brother Jonathan Mitchell here.
Hi.
Brother Ryan's here.
Howdy, howdy.
And so is Brother Nathan.
Hello.
What's happening?
Not much.
Shame on, shame on.
We always say we're going to do that part. We never do. But anyways, yeah.
I don't think we ever let the music play that long.
That's the longest I've ever heard it play.
So what do you guys think about Dr. Fauci having a diary? And why would you be stupid enough to keep a diary?
I didn't even know he had a diary.
I did.
I thought he said he had diarrhea.
That's the whole reason why he's being tried.
Yeah.
Or he went, well, at this time he's been through trial. By now we'll know whether or not they hold him in contempt of court.
I don't know anything going on with the Fauci thing.
The dude has a diary that was like basically just completely talking about how all that whole COVID stuff was fake and all that stuff.
Is that like the Epstein files except for Fauci? Is it the Fauci files?
It's his personal diary.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to do something guilty, why in the world would you sit down and write it in a book?
That's the thing that makes it sound suspicious.
I know. But the dude's like, okay, so here's the deal. He's been completely pardoned, 100%. That's something Biden did. And now we're going to get on the soapbox here. If he didn't do anything illegal, why in the world would he have to have a pardon, a presidential pardon?
This is just in case you get in trouble.
Okay.
And quite literally, that's basically what he said when he said it. Like,
Yeah, because
saying,
Trump's going to come in and he's going to try to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything he did was illegal.
I don't know nothing about it. I probably should have
He
done
made
more
like
research.
millions.
Yeah, he
during
became
COVID.
filthy
Like,
rich.
$1 million in cash just from like federal workers, like giving prizes or stuff.
So he's presidentially pardoned, and they're investigating him and all this stuff. They can't do anything as far as like federally because he's been pardoned for all that. So all this stuff that they're grilling him about, they can't do anything. But it can cause, like, I guess, lawsuits on the lower level side of the courts.
Civil side.
Yeah, civil,
like a
civil
OJ
lawsuits
thing.
and stuff like that. But so he's presidentially pardoned. They get his own writings, and from what I'm understanding, it's been verified that it is his own personal writings and ledger or whatever it is. So he stands before Congress in this hearing, and 111 times he answers, I have been basically in the gist, I'm going to take the advice of my counsel, I plead the fifth. And they keep saying, you can't plead the fifth because you're presidentially pardoned. It doesn't apply to you. The one senator was so aggravated with him, he was like, what's the color of the carpet in this room? And if you watch the video, he looks up and you almost think he's going to get an answer. He looks at the carpet and then he looks back down, says the same thing 111 times, and has to read it from his notes. I'm going to plead the fifth. What's the color of the carpet? I plead the fifth. What color is the tie that you're wearing? I plead the fifth.
And this is the guy who's saved everybody's lives.
No, he killed millions of people.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, this is the guy that they pushed to save everybody's lives.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. I know he killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. So
I was being sarcastic.
what makes it even better is Senator Rand Paul was they're addressing Dr. Fauci, and Senator Rand Paul, I can't even remember what he asked him, but he asked Dr. Fauci something to which
Can we just call him Fauci? Because I don't really think he's a doctor.
he's got his doctorate. I mean, that's legit. He's a legit doctor. I don't know a doctor of what, but he does have his doctorates. So his lawyer starts answering on his behalf. And Senator Rand Paul goes, "I'm sorry, sir. You were not addressed. We are addressing Fauci. You have nothing to say." And goes back. And every time Senator Rand Paul tries to talk to Fauci, his lawyer keeps trying to interrupt, to the point to where Senator Rand Paul had his lawyer completely removed from the hearing.
One of them, yeah.
Wow.
He had like 6 of them. They were sitting on the row, like right behind him.
Yeah.
And he told him, he said, "Dude, I told you not to sit there." And then he was like, "I told you, you can confer with him at any time. Like, he can turn around and talk to his lawyers before answering a question." This guy insisted on sitting at the thing, held him in contempt, got him thrown out.
And so now, well, at the time of recording, well, as we're recording this, the next week, which is the week of our homecoming, they're going to vote as to whether or not Fauci is going to be held in contempt of court because he would not at all answer any of his questions. And he took the 5th, which he wasn't even...
Why would you take the 5th? I just don't understand. Just answer.
Yeah, I mean,
the question.
because he can't get in trouble for anything.
He couldn't get in trouble for anything, but the 5th was
But
created...
why are they? I guess if he can't get in trouble, this is like just to be devil's advocate. Is it just to gain information, or why are they even trying, or why are they even doing anything?
Because it's getting the truth out there.
Okay.
I mean, that's really what it is. At the end of the day, Fauci made millions. He became a millionaire off of COVID.
Yeah, all of them did.
Like that was his deal. This dude put all of this stuff in play. The masks, even though he knew they didn't work. The
Social distancing.
social distancing, the vaccines, even though it's been proven. I can't tell you how many people. And don't get me wrong. To me, a vaccination is something that eradicates the disease, right? But they keep likening it like a flu shot. The flu shot is just something to help you fight it, or can help you not get it. Especially
It's an
if you're susceptible to it.
Immunization.
Yeah,
It's completely different than
Right.
vaccine.
all of this stuff, like it's been proven, and all of this stuff was done. He made millions of dollars. The World Health Organization is crooked. I mean, the guy that's over the World Health Organization or is part of the World Health Organization isn't even a doctor.
Well, I mean, there's
know?
no cap on big pharma.
So
The pharmaceutical companies, I think, are the worst companies in the entire world.
while he is presidentially pardoned, they're just basically trying to hold his feet to the fire, right?
Wasn't basically pleading the 5th admitting you're guilty without
No,
admitting you're
pleading
guilty?
the 5th gives you the right to not incriminate yourself in any level.
But he's not. But he can't be incriminated because
He's
the
got a
pardon.
pardon.
That's what they're saying. That's what
Yeah.
the whole point of them saying is you can't.
Can't they
use
just
that.
release his diary or whatever, the ledger or whatever?
I don't know if it's been released or not.
Because that would just be like there's the truth in it all there.
I just have this really funny picture in my mind.
Dear
'Cause, you know-
diary,
Yeah.
I convinced the entire nation that wearing
That's
a mask
exactly
was-
what goes through. Like love Fauci.
me and President Biden talked today. He actually held a coherent sentence for like 2 seconds, and then it went back to La La Land. I then seen him fall down some stairs.
I'm telling you, man. Like
With love.
it's crazy. It's crazy these days anymore.
Dude, our politics are a freak show.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I would agree. Meanwhile, you got Putin who like marches around and like just commands respect in the room, and then the rest of them are just like. And then you got Pelosi and Chuck Schumer in a wheelchair. Like
Mitch McConnell's in a wheelchair too.
Do you see where
that might be who I'm thinking of.
Did you see where Andy Bashir, the governor of Texas, called McConnell out?
Yeah, it says he hasn't voted in over 400 different ballots.
Yeah, he's not been in several different meetings. He's all this stuff. All that they know, they've only seen him twice since he's been sick. And so basically, Andy Bashir is like, "Hey, listen, if you can't serve the people like we voted you to do, you need to resign. You need to get out of there."
Why are there not? I just don't understand why there's not term limits for senators. I'm sorry.
Should be.
There should be. It was never, the government was never set for these people to be lifelong. McConnell's 84 years old. He's made millions as a senator. You shouldn't be a senator making millions of dollars off of the United.
What's insider trading? All of it is all
I
of
know.
it. That's the part that gets on my nerves. Is
Yeah.
like they're like, we make a $75,000 a year, but I have a $4 billion house. Haha.
Yeah.
Smile. I don't have insider trading. No, I don't. Idiot.
Like Kennedy said, he's saying, I was listening, showing Tasha. He said a brain is the most amazing organism in the body. He said it starts working when you're an infant in the womb or whatever. He said, and stops working when you get voted into Congress.
Did you see where people were like sending celebratory cakes to the Lindsey Graham office where after his death?
That makes me
It's
mad.
messed up.
Yeah, like
People are sick, dude.
It's
We
a
live in such a sick society.
it's a crazy.
I mean, they did the same thing with Charlie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were so glad to see him die. It's like,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
it's so gruesome.
It is.
You know, for being modern society and having all these standards of the way we're supposed to be living, and then you look back and it's like we're no better than the Mongols and stuff like that.
I can't remember who it was. Maybe Brother Lynn Head. It was a pretty good old time preacher. He preached a message up here at a meeting, and he basically dealt with when people go back to the barbaric state.
Yeah.
And he talks about, this highly cultured civilization. If you watch how civilizations go, they change as they get more advanced. They become more barbaric. And we're seeing that today. Supposedly our society is supposed to be, it's supposed to be highly cultured, everybody is supposed
Well,
to
they
be.
riot and pillage and burn things. when
Right. They
things
go
don't-
back to a barbaric
Yeah,
state.
it's just absolutely 100%. And I think part of the problem is because of the internet. I think it's an internet thing where people, they don't have to be held accountable for what they say.
It can be. I mean, keyboard warriors is a big deal. I mean, they can get things stirred up, but I think it's beyond just the internet. I think it's more the power of the media, and because there's too many people, there's no accountability, and so basically you've got this indoctrination that takes place, and so what you're listening to, what's coming in, and all that stuff, it guides your way of thinking. And then you go into the school systems and you teach kids that they don't have to respect their parents and they don't have to have a respect of authority. And they're taught that you can't be suppressed. You show your own individuality and all that stuff. And they take that home. And unfortunately, our parents today have taken this soft parenting point of view, which blows my mind. All you're doing is you're cultivating
You're going to make bad humans.
Yeah, you're cultivating a place for human society to turn backwards, not move forward.
Yeah. You shot Johnny. Well, why did you do that, and why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Sit in timeout for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just,
It's ridiculous.
it makes me mad just because it's
Gentle parenting, basically. I mean, you're not. There's no consequences for what you do.
Exactly.
And so, as you're a child learning, I can do whatever I want to, and I don't get any consequences except for a little talking to. Then it goes to a teenager who doesn't have any consequences, to an adult who there's no consequences.
Well,
so
and
I can do whatever I want.
and-
to.
Well, and then
it's
that's how you have violent offenders that have been arrested 17 times
It's
and
the
they
same
get
way
released.
in prison. They're not really doing anything in prison. They're getting free food. They get free entertainment. They get free gym memberships. All this kind of stuff. Put them to work.
And
Make 'em do-
schooling. I mean, and here's the deal: like, if prison is used as it's supposed to, yes, it is. You have to basically pay your debt to society, but we can't leave them to where they're not able to go back into society. Like, you do want them to be able to get out and not go back into the lifestyle in which they
Right.
come in. So I'm not against teaching them a trade or giving them some sort of whatever.
Make them work for it, but they don't get a chill day.
Yeah.
They don't get days where they just get to sit around and
Well, the problem is there's people that they come out of prison and they have all of those things, but they don't want to be out in real world.
You're
So
always going to have that.
But
That's
that's the problem. Is prison should not be a place people want to go back to.
mhm.
You need to be rehabilitated to the point where you don't want to go in there.
I don't even know if it's necessarily that they want to go back to prison. You're always going to have people. It's the scope of the world over. People are always going to go back to what
Easy way.
the lust of their flesh and stuff like that, because that's what you want to do. Flesh wants to fulfill what it wants to fulfill. That's why the spiritual battle that we have is we fight that spiritual battle every day. salvation isn't a one-time deal. I have to choose to maintain my relationship with Christ.
Well, it's like you said. I mean, okay, so I go to jail. I have air conditioning. I have a bed. I have meals that I know are going to happen, and I don't have to do anything. Whereas as soon as I get out, in order to have the air conditioning, the bed, the meals, I have to work. When I could go back and get
a free workout.
And that I do agree with.
Well, it's not just that, but they're going back into a culture that allows them to do those things.
Yeah.
They're going to the same habitats, and that's the problem with why we have so much, black on black violence and all of the gangs and stuff that's going on, is they're going right back into the same
environment
that made them that way.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing there to change that, and to say, because they'll tell you, well, that is systematic racism. It's like, no, that's not at all what it is. It's people not wanting to do better for themselves.
Yeah. Everybody has a choice. When you're an adult, don't get me wrong, some people are born and you almost feel like they don't have hope. The entire world, the entire society is against them because of their situations that they're born into. But at the end of the day, everybody has that place in their life where they decide, do I want to keep with this, or do I want to change do I want to continue? Everybody can change their.
Do you want to break the
structure.
cycle or not?
They can break the cycle.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody born in a drug addict's home don't have to be a drug addict. Now, obviously, you're more likely to because that's what you're around and that's what you're in, and it's not necessarily wrong to you. You're not sensitive to it. You're numb to it. Exactly. But at the end of the day, you still see the same issues. You still see the same faults. You still see the parents struggling. You still see those same addictions. So you get to a point in your life where you have to make that decision. But there's nothing out there that helps to help guide those decisions or pull them out.
And I think part of it, like even from like you were talking about a race thing, but it's I think it's more of a economic. If you were born into the lower income, it's harder for you to fight out of that. But you can fight out of that. That's what makes America beautiful.
I don't think anybody said it was race. I think everybody's saying that it's the culture that's there.
Yeah.
And when you get into that culture, and when it's like we've shared this story 1,000 times about a girl comes up to her mom, and her mom cuts a turkey in half. And she puts half of it in one cooker and the other half in another cooker. And the little girl said, well, Mom, why are you cooking this turkey in half? And she goes, well, I don't really know. It's just the way my mom did it.
Yeah. And
she turned around and she asked her mom, and her mom says, well, I put it in 2 cookers because I never had a cooker big enough to hold the first turkey. That's the problem that they're having, is they don't understand why they're in this constant losing battle. It's literally the state of insanity of doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And it just doesn't work like that. You just don't get luck that comes in and is like, oh, voila, it's magic, and it works.
Which proves how amazing the Bible is, because even way back then, they realized, where it talks about a transforming of your mind. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
A lot of them will get into mindset, well, my parents did live this way and their grandparents before them, and I'm just so-and-so, so I'm just going to live in the same thing, when it becomes a mindset of just continuing the tradition. Whereas once you get into that different mindset, you can realize you can, regardless of what socioeconomic status.
And that's what I'm saying. America's amazing because you can get out of that.
The interesting thing with that mindset is that is what you're seeing happen now with the big push for socialism, is because the mindset is, okay, we're stuck in this. You guys need to
help us.
Mom Dami, is that his name? Mandani or whatever his name is. He just had a thing not too long ago where they're going to have 5 government-ran grocery stores, and their prices are going to be 30% cheaper than the prices of grocery chains, and it's going to be all government-ran. Here's why that doesn't work. These people that are looking at that, they're saying, well, here's the mindset. That's great because that's how it should be. You should give to us and all this stuff. Well, who's paying for that?
Yeah.
Taxpayers are paying for that. The government's not picking up that 30% bill.
No.
Well, and
You know.
they've all been like, tax the rich, tax the rich.
Yeah.
And all the rich has left New York
Yeah.
and he was saying, you guys won't have to pay any extra taxes and any levies that go through, that'll go straight to the rich. And now he's like, well, in order for that to happen, we're going to need you guys to give us some lump sums in order to catch back up because this, that, and it's like, and then even the stores you mentioned, when he was running, he said, we'll have all these stores up by the beginning of next year. And then he just got up the other day and they said, well, when are those stores coming in? I mean, he's already been in office a year and a half now.
Yeah.
And he said, they're coming to you May of 2029.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's because
it's not working,
it's
guys.
not going to work.
It's not working.
Socialism's never a thing.
It's never worked because
it's
it
a
can't.
theory that turns to communism.
I seen this thing too.
It can't work.
I seen this thing where they're talking about how going back to race, they were like, why all white people do is destroy things. They're never made anything social, anything successful, not social, but successful. And they were like, well, what do you want? Well, we want socialism. They're like, that was made by a white person. And that's definitely the one thing that white people made that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's a failed idea.
They said, they're like, it's not. I'm like, then they said, well, give us countries that it works in. And they like give the whole list and they're like, those are all white people.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you've not made anything like that.
And
well, like their big thing is always universal Medicare. Like we want government to take care of everything to be free. So I used to work in Medicare and insurance, and everyone from Canada would also carry American policies because they were like,
couldn't get health.
I can't get it. Like if I need to go in for an emergency surgery, there's like a 3 or 4 month waiting period for me to just get in to see my doctor to start the process to even get the surgery. So they just carry a New York or a Michigan insurance, come down here, get all their medical done here, and then go back and live there.
Yeah.
It's different.
It is a crazy time. It really is.
The only thing that I hate about obviously I think our medical system is very flawed. I mean, obviously this kind of the basis of the guy that we're talking about this conversation kind of snowballed from. Our head of medicine was crooked and lied and made a bunch of stuff up just for whatever. But I hate that it's a for-profit business.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part, because I think with cancer diagnosis, cancer is too profitable for it to ever be cured.
Mm-hmm.
Because the pharmaceutical companies make too much money off the chemo, the cancer drugs.
I think they found the cure and just killed the guy off.
I think
that just keeps happening.
I think whenever they find the cure, that they don't release it because it makes them too much money. So the fact that it's a for-profit business is my problem with our healthcare system. A hospital should not be a for-profit business.
Well, the moment that you take it away from it being private and to the public is when we will be in the socialist system.
I understand, but
as wicked and corrupted as it is, it's still better than what
they need to do is they need to take it away. They need to not let government shouldn't have any say in it. That's been one deal. Government's had too much power, and they need to start holding these insurance companies accountable in some ways.
And no offense, insurance is the biggest scam.
Right. Well,
no, it isn't.
It's not.
Don't start pushing that because it's not.
Though a lot of it is a hospital making kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies who are more paying into rather than giving them a medication that's going to fix the problem. Now we need to tier that. Yeah. You need to start out at something before you get to the medicine that we know is going to fix the problem. Start out with some of these other medications that may fix the problem. They're a little cheaper for us, or we maybe don't get as many kickbacks, but then eventually we might give you what you actually need. But
insurance is not the problem.
My problem with
the problem is that when you go to the hospital, they have 80 billion different things that they could code your visit for. And that's the problem. They don't have a universal coding system to where it's straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into that, that's when you start getting into territories where insurance companies are like, this isn't covered because it's not under something so specific to where it's universal.
Yeah.
And not just that, but when a hospital can charge you $40 for a bottle of water
or for Tylenol.
I mean, that's insane.
Again, I've seen all those claims coming through. I mean, some of the medications, it was not uncommon for me to open up a claim for one hospital visit and be over $1 million for like 2 or 3 days.
It's insane.
And if you're persistent enough and working with your insurance company, they will, for the most part, they will meet the need that you have.
You can go with your insurance company because we've done that before where we've disputed how high these costs were, and insurance did take more off of it.
Because
like you said, the medical codes pay a big thing, and the hospital doesn't care and just throws a code. That's a general code when they could code it different and get it a different code that is covered. It's the same thing they did.
Because here's the thing. I worked in Medicare as well before I got into this type of insurance. And they would do a thing that's called a coverage determination. And what it is that it is a written reason from your doctor and all the things that could go wrong if you don't have this medication. And then there are things that you do have to take steps to say, well, I'll try the generic first. I'll try this. Because what they're trying to say is why would we pay for you to have a $10,000 medication if you're not willing to at least try some of this cheaper stuff first?
And I get that.
To get that. And that's the whole process of getting into trying to understand why it's like that. Because there should not be a medication on this planet
that's $10,000
over $1,000.
Yeah.
I understand that chemotherapy, cancer treatments, it's such a specific thing that it is going to cost more. And obviously, whatever the resource is, it should be based off of the cost of making the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Supply and demand should not alter it all that much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's an extremely rare thing, I mean, that's a given.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You are going to have rare things that they're just, it's not like they have stuff readily available. That you see that all the time.
That makes sense.
But like stuff that's just kind of like, I want to lose 150 pounds quick. I understand why that's a profitable thing. I understand why that is. But to say stuff that is absolutely life changing should absolutely have nothing to do with that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know?
And I'm not against the stair step thing too. When I was going through all the stuff with my back, they wanted to, because they were talking surgery. But before they ever got to that point, they were like, we have to actually show, even before we'll get an MRI done, we'll have to have you go to the physical therapist. You'll have to do those exercises and stuff. And we could even look at doing an epidural in your spine to kind of, undo all that stuff. And to be honest with you, when I was at that point, I was like, well, I don't want you cutting on me.
Yeah.
I've seen that with
You're
my dad.
willing to do it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't necessarily want a big shot going into my spine.
The big thing that people don't understand is that there are exemptions to the rules. There's loopholes for everything.
Yeah.
That everything that you can do in your life, somebody has not liked it, and they've made a way to go around it to try to make
not
it
easy
easier.
to find.
No, but
They don't
if you're
wanna make it
persistent,
easy to find. But yeah,
I guess my problem is when I've had it, even from like auto and home, like it shouldn't be hard. I've paid, if I do claims all the time, okay, I get that. Right. But I pay into something every month or every 6 months.
Do you understand how insurance works?
Yeah. It's paid into a collective.
Okay.
There's a collective and then it's paid out.
Yeah. But you don't get so much beyond that too, right?
Yeah.
Because an insurance company's a bank. They have to make money somehow in order to do this.
I get it.
So what they do is they take the money that you invest, because that's what you're doing. You're investing, and they're going to take it and they're going to invest it somewhere else to try to keep that pot going.
Like a bank, yeah.
But when you have tornadoes come through, and they come through Dayton and Xenia and all this place, and they have $10 billion worth of damages, the promise is you've paid into that pot that if it ever happens to you, they're going to write that check to the exact amount that's on the coverages. So you could get it lowered to where it's not changing all the time, and you can get cash value where, your home may be $350,000 to completely rebuild, but we could give you $180,000 if your house goes down, and then we'll save you tons of money when you do that. Do you want that promise?
No, I get what you're saying, but also sometimes it does make it feels like it's hard. You have to jump through so many hoops to get money that you've paid for, that you've paid into. And I understand from if
you're talking about doing just general repair.
Yeah, for right now my car, like when I damaged my car, they were like, well, you need, like, it's just like,
did you promise to a deductible?
What do you mean?
You have to. Make
I know I have to make the deductible payment.
You have to make the deductible payment.
but they only will cover so much after that, right? That's basically what I understand.
No, they will pay the difference. That's how it works. They don't come out and look at it and say, this. They pay to get your car back to what condition it was.
If you get it looked at by a mechanic or body work or whatever, you pay the deductible.
They pay the rest.
And they pay the rest. The only thing they might have is they might have a claims adjuster.
The only thing that changes is if your vehicle is completely totaled.
Mm-hmm.
If you're their promise is, so when you car insurance, it's impossible unless you have a very unique policy that is like a historic.
Yeah, because
vehicle.
vehicles depreciate. It's a depreciation asset.
You're going to get cash value because they can't put you
back at what you.
Well, if you got a Honda that's 2003, 250,000 miles on it,
it's worth,
and all this stuff, and it's worth maybe $1,000, $1,300, $1,500,
well,
and then
at today's prices, it's worth $12,000
probably. But and you come back and say, when I got it, it was $23,000.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
It's you're losing battle. So it's insurance is completely fair. It's not a scam. Now, if you want to get into like life insurance, there's some life insurances out there that are a scam, 100%.
Yeah,
it just all depends on.
And that's where the insurance agent comes into play.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go for a life insurance that you're going to get dividends back and stuff like that, and you're willing to invest into it, you're fine. But I mean, it's like all this other stuff. I don't know how we got into insurance. It's just kind of.
It started with Fauci.
Yeah.
Should we lighten it up?
Sure. Word of the day.
We don't like Fauci.
We'll just lighten it up.
All right, hold on. Let me get it. I got to figure out which one it is.
That was a good conversation.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you need insurance, give me a call. Every show is brought to yours truly.
Sean is a good guy. Sean won't scam you.
No. Word of the day.
Word of the day.
All right. So my word today is widdershins.
I've been so scared to try to say that myself.
Have you looked it up?
No.
Did you see it? Widdershins. WIDDERSHINS.
WIDD.
Yep. ERSHINS. Widdershins.
Widdershins is when you stayed inside too long and you're at the beach and you're in shorts and you have widdershins.
I like that. That's pretty funny.
Shins.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
He's ashy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like wood chips for some strange reason.
I was thinking like a roof thing, like a roof tile, like something.
Hurricane ties. It's
like it's not like a shingle, like like a special type of.
I'm reworking my widdershins.
Yeah,
it's the grass roof, isn't it?
Storm came through. I got to replace a couple widdershins.
So widdershins is another way of saying something is moving counterclockwise, or basically that it's moving in the wrong direction.
See, I should have known it was a direction.
So it's
thing.
in the same category as like cattywampus.
That's
like
what I was saying, and that was his word. So I should have known it's a direction thing.
Did I do cattywampus?
I
didn't think I did.
No, I think I did cattywampus.
I don't remember.
That's a long time.
That was a long time ago.
So it means counterclockwise.
Basically, it just means that something's moving in the wrong direction or counterclockwise.
Do you have a sentence for it?
I don't.
Can you use it in? Where's ChatGPT?
I feel like that would be really, really hard.
Let me
to put into
a
phrase.
I feel like that clock is going widdershins. No. Use it in a sermon.
Okay. I won't use that one.
It's such a hard.
I would be scared I'd mess it up and say something else.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a close word.
That's a close one.
Watch your profanity.
He is reading. He is scrolling.
Well, the one was talking about people in a coven dancing in the wrong direction. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to use that one.
Is Bigfoot in it?
He's
watching from the woods.
People that believe in Bigfoots. Brain are working widdershins. Counterintuitive and counterclockwise. It's going backward.
Oh my word!
I don't know. That's a good word. I will never use
this one. So it's very old English. So it's, obviously people
From
don't
the
use it
motherland?
today.
From our homeland in England.
Evander flung up one hand and made a circling motion, Widdershins in the air.
Land of the white people.
You didn't even hear me.
I'm sorry.
We were
Evander flung up one hand and made a circling motion, Widdershins in the air.
Evander, is that a man? Is that a person?
That's a name.
that is
crowds-
old English right there.
Yeah,
That is.
I don't know.
Look, I'll tell you another one. Crowds of people are walking cultural Widdershins around the oval of the reading room.
Yeah, there's no hope for me with that one.
It would be way too hard to put in a sentence, but it is a word, so therefore
It
that is the
qualifies.
word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
So now if you see somebody going on the wrong side of the road, you can say they're driving Widdershins.
Yeah, when they're in,
I can't do it. I can't. I will be in trouble if
When
I
you're in
try to say
England.
that word.
you're in England for the first time. Why is everybody driving so Widdershins?
Oh
Well, I
man.
want to drive in New York City, but I don't know that I want to drive in like Europe.
No, there's no way.
There's too many like
Because our
weird
steering
laws.
wheel would be how do you say it?
Widdershins.
Widdershins.
Widderthins.
Our
That was a close one. He almost.
that's what I'm saying.
He
Our-
almost slipped.
Our steering wheels are Widdershins to
Yeah.
to England.
England's.
Yeah.
I know we're doing it the right way. We won the war, so we're right.
So when I was doing my driving test, the guy that was teaching me, because you have to have so many hours of lessons and all that stuff, I was in the class and he said that he got in a car because they were talking about that pedal that those cars have on their side so that they can slow down. He said they don't work very well. Like they're not like you're going to jam on the brake and it's going to come to a complete stop. They basically just slow you down, essentially is what it works out to. And he said he took on one individual that was military family. And so they were saying, they've got all their driving hours in, but they haven't been to class because, we've been stationed elsewhere. And so they were like, okay, he said, that's fine. They can ride with me. It was a young lady. They can ride with me and they'll get their driving hours in. And that's just what we'll go with. So when they got in the car, they got in and the girl was like very comfortable in the car. Oh yeah, I've been driving all this time and everything. So he's like, okay, well, when you pull out of this parking lot, turn left. And said they pulled out of the parking lot, turned left, and she started driving on the wrong side of the road, like instantly. So he said I instantly had a heart attack because I was like, "You're in the wrong side. You're on the wrong side." It was like a 4-lane road, and he was like trying to get her, like, "You're going in the wrong direction." Well, they failed to tell him that she did all her driving in Europe, and so when
Oh
she
my word,
came
that would
back
be
to
terrifying.
classes, she didn't do any driving where they drove on the opposite side of the road, the normal way for us.
That's just so weird, though. Like a left turn is their right turn, so like they can turn left on red, which we can only do that on a one-way street. Is the only time you can turn left on red.
or if there's no cops around.
My driver
I'm just kidding.
instructor-
I'm just kidding.
So we did driver's
Pulpit to the pew does not
right?
stand by
Just
this
not-
statement.
That's
Do not
your
endorse. spread around
That's
around.
your pastor.
I had been driving since way before legal age because my dad was from Texas. So I would go down there in the summer and my grandpa taught me how to drive standard and everything. So he's like, well, for insurance purposes, we're going to do driver's training regardless. So I remember driving and I'm driving and I've been driving for a while. She hit her brake one time and I looked over. She's like, what? You were getting too close to the car in front of you. She was a little short lady. And I sit really high in the seat. So she thought I was getting way too close to the car. And I still had like a car's length. And so she never hit the brake again. I was like,
Wow.
what are you doing? Then I remember I taught her something. I can't remember what it was, but like I did something in the car while we were training. And she's like, why did you do that? And I had told her, and she's like, I have never done that or known about that before.
Huh.
I can't remember. I was like,
That's pretty cool.
Did you guys all do driver's ed?
Yeah, have to.
Not if you're 18, you don't.
Yeah,
But I
if
took my
you-
class. I took my classes, even though I
Did
was,
you guys do it at school? Or did you guys get somewhere?
No,
I had
school
to
didn't
do it
offer
through-
it no more.
Yeah, same.
You're hard pressed to find a
I
school in
would
this
say
area.
Northwest
That,
doesn't offer it anymore.
Yeah, Huber Heights City doesn't either. You have to go through.
they've got so
D&D,
many
yeah.
different classes now. Like I think I did 4A or something like that.
I hated my
Name of it.
driving class because every week or because it was like I think you had to take 6 classes. They were like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and every class was like, "You're going to die in your vehicle. You're going."
Oh, we thought we were going to die in the classroom because it was on the west side of Columbus. We would start class and they would get up and they would like deadbolt the door. I'm not joking. They would get up, nice, deadbolt it.
You were like, "You are going. You drive your car. You turn the ignition. You will die. You pull out of your driveway. You will die."
What kind of vehicles did you guys have? Like
so
from the
that's
class?
like the funniest thing. So like they had all these cars, and the lady they put me with had a little. Oh, what was it? I want to say it was a little bitty car. And I'm sitting at this saying, she's like,
he's just Mr. Incredible over here.
So bad. I want to say it was like a little Cavalier or
Sunfire.
something like that.
So
I want to say it was a Cavalier.
I was a Pontiac Sunfire.
Oh, dude, those cars are awful.
That's what I got taught in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember a stitch of my classes
I don't
at all.
either.
I remember one.
I don't remember any of them.
The only thing I remember is that I was.
I
Gonna
just
die.
remember that story.
So-
But as far as like,
I remember the only thing I remember, they showed a slide, and like it was a video of the car in front of us, and they were like, "How do you know this car is stopping or whatever?" And everyone else was like guessing. They were like, "Well, all these different random things," and I was like, "That's easy." It's like the back end of the car's lifted up, and said, so the front end's dipped. He's hitting his brakes, even though he got brake lights. They were like, "How did you notice that?" I'm like, I'm telling you, I've been driving for like 4 years.
So mine was a Volkswagen Bug,
I passed it.
Dude.
but I'm going to tell you what.
No joke. The car I've been in with the most room.
Yeah, the ceilings are like huge.
Dude, I had to put the seat forward
Not
in
just
the vehicle. I never do.
I passed
got in
in
it
a
and put it all the way
1998
back.
Ford Mustang.
Well, so
a Ford Mustang.
not just that, but those Bugs are actually fast.
I heard they're fun cars. to
They
drive.
are crazy fast. I
You can
mean,
get them
well,
in
even the
diesel,
smart
too.
cars.
yeah. I mean, they're a cheap Porsche. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty much what it is. I mean,
Yeah. Well, so the Pontiac Sunfire, it was great until you had to push your feet out of the floor and start pushing it with your
oh,
own.
dude,
Dude,
Fred
Fred
Flintstone.
Flintstone it, man.
So we had a Pontiac Sunfire growing up, and the roof leaked. So you would get in, and there might be like 2-3 inches of water in the bottom, and that
awesome.
car smelled.
But see, now you've
So
moved
bad.
you've moved to testing, and my testing was the best. So I was leaving for Texas. It was like on my 16th birthday, and they're like, if you fail, you have to wait a week. And like, I was leaving like 2 days after my birthday, so I was like, I have to pass. So we get there, they go in, we give them all the stuff. So mom and dad have an old Dodge Caravan, the small ones, like not the big minivan, like the little itty tiny one. So mom's sitting at the back talking to me, and the cop, because that was before you had to do it with the cop. So she came walking up and she just stood at the back. We were just talking. She looked at it. We're like, so mom's like, yeah. And she's like, well, you guys done talking yet? So it started off on the wrong foot. Get in the car. Car doesn't have air conditioner. It's too old. So she's like, it's hot, because I'm June, so middle of June. So she's like, it's hot. Can I roll down my window? Window didn't roll down. The passenger side.
No, you can't. Sorry.
We just started off on totally the wrong foot. I did pass, but
Yeah.
she was not happy to be in that vehicle.
I failed my first time.
That was my next question. Did everybody?
The only thing I got points deducted for, and it's the stupidest thing in the world, is because I did not signal 100 feet before. But in my defense, I was driving in Huber Heights where there's driveways. There was driveways everywhere. So if I did the proper thing of signaling, anybody behind me would be like, why is this guy driving so far with his turn signal on? Is he pulling in the drive? And then also my guy, we were in a parking lot. I had passed, and they had a mini stop sign for the parking lot for people if they were whatever. I didn't stop because there was no cars. And he's like, if that was a graded stop sign, I would fail you immediately. I'm like, okay, dude, you're fine. You're just sitting in the passenger seat of a 17-year-old. Like,
I
get
got
a
docked
life.
for two things. I made a right-hand turn, and I didn't look. Like, it was two-way road, and she wanted me to turn right onto a side street. And she said I didn't check traffic on my left. And I was like, if they're going to hit me, it's their fault. Like, I'm turning. I ain't got to look that way.
Left,
I-
right.
And then the other one was exactly what you said. She made me turn a right and then make another like left, and it was like less than a block. And so as soon as I turned, I didn't turn on my blinker to turn
Yeah.
left. And
I think I got
you.
docked for
Didn't
that, but mid test, like we were getting ready to pull out, and one of the guys, somebody else was taking the test in maneuverability, and he hit a cone. I was like, "Ooh, geez, man, that guy got hit." And he goes, "Oh, your test ain't over." I'm like, "I'm just saying, I could be like that guy."
How did you fail yours?
So I choked on the maneuverability. Like I could do
He
it.
took out all the cones.
Look, no, but I knew
he had a bystander.
I knew I hit a cone, and I knew I hit it, and I was
They didn't notice it. You told them, didn't you?
no, because I made sure they knew I hit the cone because I knew I failed. Like I knew I hit it, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm not gonna be that dude that's like, I know how to do it. I was so mad at myself, and for whatever reason, man, I choked, and so I hit the cone, and I was like, and so I just gassed it, and I got the cone stuck underneath the car. So by the time it was all said and done, I had to pull the car back forward, and they had to pry the cone out from underneath the car. But after the week, I did it fine. I don't know if my nerves just did it, but I did get docked on the second go around for turn signal.
Which is
not
the
100
stupidest
feet.
thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, just give me my 100, dude. Leave.
I mean, half the people I know don't even use a turn signal.
Yeah, the amount of people in the state of Ohio that don't know how to use a turn signal, it's like,
Well, you know, when you have to stick your hand out and show the signs, I just forgot.
Right. What those were.
I never.
He was too busy paddling with his feet.
That's right.
This is
That's stop.
this no. That when you're turning, this is left,
Yeah.
and then you just point right.
It's got to be out the window.
Yeah.
I think this is right.
Oh, this is right. That's
This
left.
This is left, and that is stop. I'm pretty positive.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
I don't know.
I
They don't teach
I
you
can't
that on the
remember.
bus.
You know,
So
I should
was
probably use those when like my turn signals go out. And I
You say
never,
they don't teach you
I
that
was,
on the bus.
No. You
I
got
was-
too many other things to learn other than hand signals.
Yeah. So I was in a Pontiac Sunfire, and it was when it was a 4-cylinder. I'm talking. It was like the bare bones of the 4 cylinders.
it's already going. I think I can. I think I can. I
And
think
there was a
You hit the
there's a
gas
road-
pedal and like 5 seconds
says
later
what?
it starts to
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the gas and it's just sitting here. And you're like, okay, man, whenever you're ready, we're gonna go. I'm ready to go. So in the way that we were driving up by our house, there's Bellbrook, and to get out of Bellbrook into where I live at, there's a hill that goes up, and it's a pretty steep incline. And so we start going up that hill. Well, before you get to that hill, you're only allowed to go 25 miles an hour. So, you know, I'm barely cruising at 25 miles an hour, and I start going up that hill, and I'm thinking, dude, we're at 15 at this point by the time we get up. And so my driver instructor, he opens up the glove compartment, and he starts digging in his pocket, and he starts going like this. Now, I can't watch him because I'm supposed to be watching the road, but I'm sitting there and I'm seeing this out of my peripheral, and he keeps throwing this stuff out, and I'm just praying at this point, let's make it to the top of the hill so I don't have to like walk alongside of the car. I could run faster than this car was going up the hill. And finally he says,
Wow.
You're not even going to ask what I'm doing? And I was like,
I'm watching the road.
yeah. I was like, well, what are you doing? He's like, I'm feeding the hamsters. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, you know, HP, hamster power. He said, if I give them more food, they'll run in the circle a whole lot faster and we'll go up the hill.
Oh my word!
Oh, so you had a cool driving instructor.
Yeah, he was awesome.
That's cool.
I took him to his girlfriend's apartment to take care of his girlfriend's cat and stuff. I mean, the dude was awesome as far as like the most chill guy ever. Oh, I loved it. But yeah, he was fun.
And he actually took points off of you for signaling.
No. That was the test.
Oh.
So this was the driver instructor. The test was the turn.
My instructor was the same way as yours.
Yeah.
All right, my instructor was good, except for like my second day, like driving. He took us to historic downtown Columbus and like the German village, and like at like where it was made for horses and buggies. Like, it's like so tight. I mean, like you can even like look out, and they still got tie posts like down the for your horses. And like he's like, now listen, he goes, that right there is a BMW, and that's almost all of my salary. He's like, don't touch it. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know.
That was me though as a bus instructor though. Like I would take them downtown Cincinnati in a big old bus. I'm like, you're going to take a field trip. You're going to come downtown.
Yeah.
You might as well do it when I'm here to watch.
Yeah.
Like I would rather you.
My driving instructor looked like Butterbean, the boxer. And he talked like Butterbean. Like he had like 4 pieces of gum in his mouth at all times. And he was just short and just big.
Could you? I just have to imagine though. Could you imagine the amount of nerve damage that is done mentally to the people that are riding with 16, 17-year-old kids.
No.
I couldn't do
I've
it.
seen those videos on like TikTok and Facebook. No,
Yeah.
I could not.
Like,
You couldn't pay me enough to do that,
dude's
Joe.
chewing 4 pieces of gum. It's really Nicorette is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He wants
Like,
to be smoking cigarettes
like,
so bad.
His nerves are so bad. That's why he's chewing those 4 pieces
But
of
it's
gum.
just like, yeah, I could never do that
They won't
job.
let me chew in the car.
I can't smoke my cigarettes with a student, so I'm just chewing anything. Now at least they'd have Zens or whatever they're
Those-
called.
Look, those guys, man, they don't sleep. They just lay in bed and they shake all night long. I survived another one. I made it through another
Their
day.
foot, their foot is just permanently on the brake pedal, just never
It's
not.
this way. That's why they walk on their tippy toes.
They don't have cleft feet. They got brake foot.
Oh my word!
They got brake foot.
I know, man. He said Nicorette, and I'm like, yeah, get out of here.
I didn't say Nick right
I
there.
didn't say you. I'm looking at.
that's what it is.
I'm looking at my pastor.
Hey, look, listen.
He's supposed to be the
I
Holy
didn't say that I was promoting it. I said that their nerves are so shot. That's what he's doing.
Is that what you chew before you
Now
preach?
do it.
No.
Is that what you?
Now
No, my
imagine
nerves-
doing
my
it.
nerves-
Actually,
are shot.
Nicorette gum is supposed to help you stop smoking.
Yeah.
Now do it in a 29-foot bus. I've done that. I've been there. I've been the passenger on that.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No.
Do they have brake pedals?
No, you do not.
Oh my goodness! We're trying to bring it to a close, man.
I'm just curious. I'm sure our listeners were too.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.